Well, welcome back. In case you missed it, the UND men's basketball team, unranked, came this close to taking down number 6 ranked Alabama on Wednesday night. Final score 97-90. An incredible team effort. There was a player who really stood out there, junior Treysen Eaglestaff. Historic performance. We want to welcome in now Treysen Eaglestaff. Congratulations. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me. It means a lot.
All right. So you dropped a career high 40 points that night against this number 6 ranked team, including this corner 3 to tie the game at 78. About 4 minutes left. Engelstead Center loses its mind. What was going through your mind?
At the time after I hit the 3, I remember it's the loudest I've ever heard that place for sure. And I've been there for 3 years now. And I don't know. I remember just like my whole body was just like numb for a second. I was like, this is not real. Like it felt like a dream, but at the time I was tied up, felt like whole body was just shaking. And then the game went on after that. I was like, okay, like I'm back. Like I'm good. Let's go.
And so were you allowing it to sort of soak in that game from beginning to end that we are in this, we could do this? Or do you have to just keep your cool and just stay focused on playing your game?
Yeah, I was just focused on like the now, like the present. Like halftime they were talking about like our last half, like how we played. I'm like, don't even worry about that. Like just look forward. And I was like, we can't look back right now. Like we just gotta keep playing our hardest. Obviously, like that's a great basketball team. They're ranked number 6 in the country, which is insane. And the fact that they're in Grand Forks is just even crazier. And
right.
So we're thinking about you just gotta focus on the present, focus on just playing now, and don't even worry about the future. And just as long as you go there, play your hardest, no matter what comes, like you at least can go back home and be like, yeah, I played my hardest that game. I didn't leave anything out.
Incredible. And I imagine right after the game and in the coming days, your phone has to be blowing up. Can you believe what's happened? Like, who have you heard from and what has that been like?
Yeah, I mean, it's been crazy for sure. There's always those stories about like, yeah, like if you do this against this one team, like your whole life will change and stuff like that. And like that can be the case for sure. Like I remember looking on Twitter today and like the video after I like played was like 1 million views, and then my ESPN retweet was like at 500,000. I'm like that's more than population North Dakota pretty much. Like this is insane. Like this kid from North Dakota like blowing up on Twitter. Like I was just nuts. Blessed for sure. But it was a super cool feeling. It was super cool.
But also, so you mentioned, and I said this earlier, you know, people describe you as the kid from North Dakota, which I know you lean into that. Tell us a little bit about your backstory, you know, where you grew up, how you came up playing basketball.
Yeah, so my mom had me in college. I think it was her second year. She played at a JUCO in Bismarck, North Dakota. So I was born in Bismarck. And like growing up, we lived there. She'd work out at the local YMCA and stuff. And I'd be up on the track, like running with her, and I'd have a basketball because I'd have some laying around, and she would never let me just walk with the basketball. She thought that was like a sin. She was like, there's no way you're gonna my kid's gonna be walking around with basketball. She's like, so you gotta start dribbling it. So like even if I messed up a few times, she'd always be like, hey, make sure you're dribbling, like you can't walk around with that. And I was just like a little kid, just got learned how to walk and stuff. I'm just trying to dribble a basketball. And then growing up, that just always was my thing. Like my move to Minot, North Dakota would be my mom because it's closer to where she grew up at. And then like still go to the Y and stuff and play basketball all the time, elementary school. Then we got to Bismarck. That was like a lot better competition, which is like all North Dakota usually is the same. But I remember I was like, I just want to be like known for basketball, I guess. I want to play basketball when I'm older. So like my first idea was I want to be the best kid on my traveling team. And I was by far nowhere close to that. I was not even our 6th man, like, but we still had a good team. And I remember my freshman year, I was like 6'2", 6'3". I didn't even make varsity, didn't make JV, nothing. I was on freshman team. And I just hooped every day with all my friends, and we just played basketball all the time. And then sophomore year comes around, I'm 6'5". I'm lengthy. I can shoot the ball because I wasn't very athletic growing up. So I always kept my shot and my touch, and then I got a body with it. And then I got the last people always talk about my jersey number, 252.
Yeah.
This kind of goes along with my story is like I got the last pick as a jersey number to make varsity as a sophomore. So, like, I wasn't supposed to play varsity at all coming to that year, and then all of a sudden, I made all conferences as a sophomore. I'm wearing Big 52, and they're like, why don't you change your number? I'm like, it just reminds me where I came from and how hard I have to work to be where I'm at because I wasn't supposed to be here. Nothing's planned, and you have to work for what you have. So that's why I wear my big number 52, and then I've just kept it ever since growing up and now college and stuff. So.
And you got to tell folks who wore number 52. Who's your grandpa?
Yeah, so my grandpa wore 44. That was my number in middle school. So that got mixed up a little bit. So I wore 44 all out middle school, like growing up and everything. His name is Robert Eaglestaff. I'm named after him, so my middle name is Robert. But he's a legend, North Dakota, most points in a game. Like go to Standing Rock Reservation, like you see Eaglestaff 44 in the banners, and it's like
Wow.
he was really a legend. So being named after him, and he has his own school in Seattle because he loved caring for kids, and he turned a really, I would say, poor school into something that passes most of its students now, and just a really inspiring guy. Really, really blessed to be named after him and the type of person he was, and I try to role model myself after that because growing up, like, would you be my mom and just me knowing I'm related to that guy is like, hey, like,
Mhm.
why can't I be like him someday? And so that really helped me push and motivate to the man I am today. So that's really, really a blessing.
Yeah, and it's amazing that you've been able to incorporate your heritage and pay homage to the Lakota tribe and that culture as well. We don't get to see a lot of athletes get a ton of attention, coming from that culture, and so I think this is why it's really connecting with so many people. How does that make you feel?
I mean, yeah, I'm blessed. NCAA did an interview with me, and I was talking to these two girls that played Division I basketball, and I was telling them my story also, like, a little in deeper. And I was just telling them how, like us natives, like, we just stick together. And I know, like, no matter what happens, good or bad, like, I know, like, my native community is gonna have my back because it's so rare to see natives succeed in life because there's like not that much of us. Like we're less than 1% of the population
Mm.
in U.S. I think, or around 1%. Just it's not a lot of us. So like we all just stick together. We all show love to each other, even if you're from a different tribe or from across the country. It's like, oh, like how are you doing? Like I hope you're doing good. Like it just like, we all want to see each other succeed, and we all want to see everyone succeed in general. Just like we just all a big family. That's what it feels like. Just a really big family I have my back, and just knowing I have that support system all over across the country or all over across the reservations in North Dakota and South Dakota, just really a blessing. And I try to carry myself to a higher standard and try to put on a better example for this younger generation that live on the reservations and stuff. Because I personally never lived on reservations, but I go there a lot and I know how hard it can be. So I just try to let them know that there is a way out and let them know that you can do stuff if you really put your mind to it. And that's a blessing that God's put me in this position to show that to these younger kids in this generation. So I'm really blessed for sure.
Yeah, you're going to do so much to inspire so many people no matter what you end up doing. I am curious, you alluded to this a little earlier, you have a big game like that, a lot of this attention. What do you think might be in your future? I mean, NIL, NBA, what are you looking at now?
Yeah, I I look I mean that's reality of the situation. Like that's could be a possibility and hopefully it is someday and that would be really, really cool, obviously. But look into the future kind of I've never been the type of guy. I got named first preseason all team and all team in the Summit League and I don't know, I don't really like looking at that stuff early because it's like that's a what if. Like there's so much that can happen in life and you just don't know.
Yeah.
So I just look at the future look at the present and look at what's going on right now. So I mean, in the future, I hope everything works out. It's really God's plan, but right now I'm just focused on our team. We have a big game today. It's a big comeback game. Hopefully, we can get a win here before Christmas break. So I'm focused on that right now and our team, and just hopefully getting some more wins as a Hawk for sure.
Great. Well, who you got tonight? Who you going up against?
Oh, we're playing a D2 team called South Dakota School of Mines.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so it should
Um,
be a good comeback game for sure.
well, can people stream these games anywhere? Can they watch them? Do you know?
Yeah, at
You
the
gotta
Summit
ask
League
him.
Network.
Okay, okay. Summit League
Yeah,
Network. Okay.
that's usually where most of the games are
Nice.
for the Hawks and most ever Summit
Well,
League teams.
hopefully you ended up bringing a lot more attention to your team. I know you're hesitant to come out and say, I want this to be about me. This is a team thing. A lot of attention on you, well deserved. But your team really came together and put on an incredible performance the other night. And
Absolutely.
hopefully a lot more fans will start watching you guys and supporting you guys because of it.
Yeah,
Thank you so
hopefully.
much, Treysen Eaglestaff. Just an incredible young man who's going to do incredible things no matter if it's on the court or off the court. We appreciate you taking the time today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate
You
it.
bet. Take care. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.